welcome back. Hope you enjoyed my previous couple of videos. It's been very interesting, like getting all of this kind of stuff out and being a bit more sure of myself around it. And it's really amazing again to see the response. So thank you so much. So today I thought that I could cover something else I touched on from my previous video, which is turning my addiction into a superpower, which helped me then discover my passion for music. So I think today's video will be music, all things music, how I got into it, my family, and where I'm at today. So first of all, if you know me, you know that I am very passionate about music, something that has got me through life and I will continue to do for the rest of my life. I started out in a very musical family, luckily. So I grew up with all sorts of different kinds of styles of music, predominantly rock and metal, but still all sorts of music. So growing up, my stepdad was actually in a band, a metal band, and he played the drums. He actually won Best Drummer in New Zealand in 2008, I believe. And he was phenomenal. And it really was inspirational seeing them come together. And then, of course, my mum is a DJ. And she has played for like R&B and some of the biggest names like Shapeshifter and Cora. And we've played quite a few shows together. She actually gave me my first ever show, which I'll touch on. My dad also is an amazing guitarist. He's very incredible and always played my whole life, just played for hours. So love that I grew up in a very musical family and I feel very blessed for that. First, I was mainly in love with metal. I did listen to a little bit of electronic music because of my mum, and a couple of other rock bands because my dad, but my first big true love, which really saved my life, was Parkway Drive. Parkway Drive truly did save my life. They resonated with me more than anything at that time, and I felt that they conveyed how I felt on the inside. So they're very, very special band to me, and I did like other bands in that genre, but nothing hit me like Parkway Drive. So I listened to them for quite a few years, and funny story, I was actually going to get Parkway Drive tattooed really big across my arm. Thank goodness my mum actually said yes, because when I got to the tattoo parlor for my first tattoo, she said that I could do it, and I got there and I went, oh shit, this is actually happening. And I was like, oh, maybe I should start small. So for my first tattoo I got something small, thank goodness, just like a little one. I'll do a video on all of those at some point too, because I actually got great stories behind them. But she knew me, how rebellious I was, that if she had told me no, I'm not getting Parkway Drive, then I would have just gone and done it anyway. So thankfully she said yes, and I chickened out for my first tattoo. But still, this many years later, it's 15 years, and I still want Parkway Drive tattooed on me, but I want it nice and small across my other arm. So thank goodness. Then I actually got into rap. I listened to Tupac mainly, and Eminem, and anything that kind of had like a fuck the system vibe. So that was my 100% love, and I rapped every day. And then I got into like Yelawolf and like just a whole bunch of other artists, and I actually dreamt of being a rapper. A lot of people don't know that about me, but I actually dreamt of being a rapper, but I never in a million years thought I could do something like that. Like that was just a dream. And that was quite a big period of my life. And then as I started coming into a bit of later teens, after I got through like a lot of my really bad depression and kind of started changing my life, I really got more into EDM. And of course I became closer with my mum, and I discovered dubstep. From that moment on, I was a basshead. It felt like the power that heavy metal had, and just gave me this epic energy, and I just really fell in love. And from about 17 years old, I had a fake ID. I was going to any gig and every gig that I could possibly go to. And at this time, dubstep was huge and all these new sounds were coming. It was really mind-blowing. It was the best ever. And I actually got my mum into dubstep. So my mum was a breaks DJ, still is, but she mainly always just played breaks. She played like a bit of house, bit of drum bass back in the day, but always breaks. And I showed her this one song. This is before I started DJing or anything. And she said to me, "You just changed my life." And of course I was like, just took it with a grain of salt, not realizing that I genuinely did. And from that day forth, she actually became a dubstep DJ. And she got the wave file of the tune, which is Pegboard Nerds and Excision Bring the Madness, which is actually a drum step tune. But it just that whole different kind of feeling and genre. And she got that wave file tattooed on her neck with her DJ name in it. So, which is Audio Junkie. So the kind of rest is history after that. I went to a lot of gigs with my mum, just attending, and watched her play a million times, and I thought she was really awesome, but I never thought I could do something like that. I had thought about doing it, but it was just so far-fetched to me. And then I kept going and I started getting dreams about doing it, but I just thought they were dreams. Like, I didn't think I would actually do it. And then something happened. I was in a place that I wasn't 100% happy with, and just this light bulb moment, my whole body, everything just said, I think I need to do it. I think I need to DJ. I think I need to be a DJ. I love music, and I had been modeling for quite some time, which was the gateway into me DJing, because without modeling I would not have gained the confidence to pursue this. So at this time I'm feeling more myself. I'm allowing this new thing to actually flow, and I realized I was living in Tauranga at the time. I realized I needed to move to Auckland to make it happen for myself. So I did. I brought my own decks. I actually had people tell me I don't need to buy my own decks, like it's not important. I'm really glad I didn't listen to that advice, because like I practiced every day. I was so passionate. Sometimes I'd practice for 6 hours a day. Like I just couldn't get off the decks. It was my second ever hyper-focused passion, and it just was everything to me. I practiced every day. And after a year, my mum said, I think you're ready. And I was like, oh, hell no, I'm not fucking ready. But she was like, no, you're ready. And she actually let me go back to back with her, booking for Electro Hills. And yeah, that was my... Oh no, sorry, I actually had one show before that. She let me go back to back with her for a small bass bush div, which was, yeah, my first ever show. That was very small. And then my first like kind of more serious show was, yeah, Electro Hills. And I fell in love, of course. It was everything to me. And I realized that, oh, I can actually do this. I can really go for it. And slowly but surely, I just kept getting better and better, getting more gigs, realizing how much this lights me on fire. So I just kept grinding. I kept doing what I could, taking any gig, whether it was even music that I didn't want to play, I would do it. Someone would say, oh, do you play this? I'd be like, yeah, I do. Oh, this gig pays nothing, but it's all the way out in the middle of nowhere. I'll do it. Kept my decks in my car, not literally, but I kept putting them back in the car every time I went for a drive, just in case I went somewhere where they needed a DJ. Played a million house parties, really just pushed and got my name out there. I started to get some recognition and started to get some of the bigger gigs, which really changed my life, like getting to be on like the Subtronics lineup, or like these kind of names, and it was just really life-changing. And yeah, the rest is history, really. And of course, I want to give a big thanks to anyone that's helped me on this journey. It's been incredible so far, and even this move to Australia has really ignited my passion for it again. I went through like a few things over the past year and a bit that kind of got me distracted. I guess I just was a bit stagnant in my thought process around it, thinking, you know, I've kind of, have I just done my dash? But of course not. I could never stop this. This is in my blood, and it's something that I'll be passionate about forever. And so yeah, I decided to up and leave and go follow my dreams. What my truest goals and dreams are to play in America, and I will achieve that one day. Every other goal that I've ever set for myself, I've achieved. Yeah, and I'm very lucky for such a supportive family, and now a really supportive partner. And it's just, yeah, I feel really lucky. Even on the weekend that just went, my best friend and I are both on the same journey as well, really leaning into our styles that we have developed and really pushing for our goals, which is super special to have somebody also on the same wavelength with that. I know that being a girl at the time when I first started definitely had an impact on bookings and things like that, whether I got booked less or got booked more, because being a girl at that new big rush of DJs that many years ago, coming up 7 years ago now, which is quite crazy to think about. Yeah, so that I know that it would have had some impact, good and bad. And I know that I had a lot of people thinking I was just hanging around the DJs to be cool, or, you know, they judged me in certain ways, or didn't believe in me, and all these kind of things. So I'm really glad that I did all that stuff for myself and stuck with it because I wanted to, because I love it, and it's really obviously paid off for me. And I have actually taught quite a few people along the way also, and props to them. Hope you're all doing well. It's crazy too, the things that you learn across the time, like how many gigs you do, like each time you learn something new, like making sure you bring 2 USBs, or even asking if they have a link cable for smaller gigs. It's a pretty big common thing for them not to, and you've turned up and it's all cooked. But there's been so many situations where I've had to wing it, or, you know, yeah, I'm unprepared, and that's where you really find out whether you're going to be a good DJ or not. Being under pressure and making it happen. Even on the weekend that just went, I wasn't prepared for the energy that the gig was going to have. But of course, luckily I have so many tunes to choose from that I was able to go on the fly and make sure I brought the energy. Yeah, and so many of these high pressured situations have definitely helped shape me a lot, and helped ease the anxiety around it. Because when I first started, I was so anxious, I couldn't even look up. Like I couldn't look up. I DJ'd like this. So petrified. And you couldn't talk to me before a gig because I was so on edge and so scared, because I just wanted to be perfect, just wanted to be good. And if I made even one mistake, the whole set was ruined to me. Like I couldn't stop thinking about it, and like I was so hard on myself, even if the set was like probably fine, but I just couldn't stop thinking about the mistakes. And they weren't even like big mistakes. It might have been like a bar off phrasing, or just something small, like slightly unbeat matched on a build up, and just the tiniest little things. And I was so harsh. And I actually used to dance a lot, but when I started DJing, I lost the dance because I was so scared I couldn't move. And I would just be like, slowly after like 2 years, I started like bopping more and looking up a little bit. Still made it really hard to like look at people, so I just like glazed over. And then yeah, it's taken me a good 4 or 5 years to get as confident as I am now. And I still have times where, especially if you're going on like a bigger stage, or like my first Australian festival scared the absolute shit out of me, and I actually cried afterwards because of the overwhelm. I was like, holy shit, I just did it. So funny. But yeah, it just is your sign that sometimes even someone that you're looking at that you think is confident, they're battling that feeling. It's just that I choose to face it and make it happen and face the anxiety and do it anyway to help myself grow. And it's fucking hard. The amount of times I've had like an almost mental breakdown before a gig, because when I first started, I was like, oh my God, I'm gonna fuck it up, or what if I fuck it up, or you know, I gotta impress these people, and now I'm like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. If I make a mistake, I'm human, and you know what, I've done this before, I can do it again. I've proven to myself time and time again that I'm capable. And so that's really built a lot of self-confidence within myself, because I faced that anxiety and went for it anyway, which is, yeah, it's just like any passion you find. It could be something that you never thought you were going to do, and it could change your life. And that's why you need to be confident enough to get out of your comfort zone and just try. Don't be afraid to be shit at something at the start. And yeah, you can do anything that you want to do. You really can. All of these things that I do now, I just didn't think I could ever do. So I hope that is like a sign for you to just go out and give it a go. My mum told me that if I really wanted to do it, I would, and I have. And a lot of people, my piece of advice for anyone that wants to do it, if you really want to do it, you'll do it. You'll make it happen. You'll find a way to make it happen. You'll go somewhere where there's decks. You'll genuinely like make it happen for yourself and learn. The only way to actually really learn is to practice. And so if you really do want it to happen, you can. There's actually so much opportunity out there now, and also so much information on YouTube, and so many people willing to help. So yeah, I definitely recommend it also as something that even if you don't do professionally, as it's just such a fun thing, and it's a great skill to have, even just for a house party with friends. It's just really, it's a great hobby and passion. So yeah, I could say a million stories on this too, which I'm sure I will definitely touch on more of them. But yeah, I just wanted to kind of, yeah, scratch the surface a little bit on this topic. Please, any questions, comment them below. And yeah, I'll see you again soon. Bye.